I feel just like objectively, this is just bad lighting. Like, I don't think it's me being like overly critical, but like I'm blending in with the wall and my t-shirt and my jersey. Like, all of this looks like one complexion to me, you know?
I mean, Casper, relax. But yeah, you're definitely camouflaging right now. I'm definitely
Yeah,
darker than you, but that's an
right.
accurate interpretation of how real life is. I mean, you live in Seattle, you know what I'm saying? Some of us are
I
blessed
just
with more pigment than others. So it's
I just
not,
have my no, it's just because in Seattle I have my winter coat 9 months out of the year. And then I get that little window where I gotta just soak up all the sun that I can. And then that lasts me for maybe till October. And then I go back to this.
hey man, it's okay. My wife's a day walker. I know how it goes, man. Sometimes people can't just get dark, and then she like feels like she can get tan, and it's just like it's a fake, feels like a fake tan, just peels off, like she just burns, and then it just goes back. I'm like, you know what? God bless you. And God bless my oldest daughter too. She's that way. Welcome to LLPNN. The date is February 9th. I'm Joey.
I'm Corinne.
And for those of you who are new to LPNN, it stands for Long Lost Pals News Network. It's a episode that's now separate from a segment show. We cover 4 to 5 current event topics that happened in the previous week. Again, we're recording on February the 9th, which is a Monday, and we have 5 topics to go over today, and we will get started. So, Super Bowl was last night. That entails football. There's a halftime show. There was your halftime show. Do you have any thoughts, feelings, or takeaways from the Super Bowl and all the festivities that took place yesterday?
Boring ass game overall, not gonna lie. First half is literally just field goals. And I mean, I expected it to be like a defensive game. Um, but yeah, boring as fuck. Great halftime performance by Bad Bunny. I was watching that one. I don't know which one you were watching. We all have to question, your politics sometimes. Yeah, Bad Bunny, great. I was looking at Jessica Alba half the time. When I seen her, I was like, who? And then I seen Cardi in there. I seen Pedro Pascal in there. I was like, all right, he brought the block out. Gaga gagged, tore it down. Great fucking performance. I saw people saying it was boring. I'm like, what are you talking about? He went from point A to point B. He was climbing poles. There was a wedding there. I'm like, what are y'all? It was like the Where is Waldo of fucking halftime performances. What are y'all talking about?
I was just saying, if you caught all that in live time and not like on social media afterwards, that you were really just like getting after it, playing I Spy, because I didn't
Right.
see half that shit you saw. So you were really locked in. Did not know Jessica Alba was in it. Saw a recap
Oof.
where Pedro Pascal was in it. I saw
Him, I
also
didn't spot in real time. I saw Cardi and I saw Jessica Alba because I'm fucking eagle eyes on her ass. But yeah, I didn't see Pedro. Go ahead.
good old Miss Honey, or not Honey. I was calling Miss Honey. That's from
Yes,
Matilda, not Honey.
honey.
Yeah, no, not Miss Honey though. Not your gay awakening. Not
And
Matilda.
is no,
Um,
she was another one.
that movie's terrible. It's got like Romeo in it too. Nah, I mean, it was one of those games where I was like. I wasn't locked in that much
Yeah.
because, we didn't go to a party or anything. We just watched it at home and I had typical dad duties. That shit don't stop for some random ass Super Bowl that I don't really care about the two teams. I was barely locked in. I was doing chores and shit the whole time. Didn't look like I missed a lot of action. Drake May, I mean, he was like had a worst game of his life, just in terms of like the pressure he was under and like what Seattle's defense is doing. And then I think that just had an effect on him mentally too. I mean, it's a high pressure situation, but they look bad. And then the score is not indicative of how the game actually was. Like that's a much more high scoring game than like what it actually felt like if you're
Yeah.
watching. Halftime show is like the most polarizing conversation topic every year. Like people either love it or hate it. Like you can't please everybody. And this one had, more of that compared to usual.
Of
Um,
course.
but like, yeah, nobody's ever happy. I remember Lady Gaga did it however many years ago, and that shit was like, because I don't really care about halftime shows. This one had a little more stakes in it, but like, I don't really give a shit. But people always think it's the best thing in the world or the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
There's never any in between. I did think though it was very entertaining, and I was proud of my daughter because we realized like, you want to watch this before you go night night, and then she was like, "Ooh, I like this song." Like the second one of Bad Bunny song started, and I was like,
Queen,
"Okay." And then she goes,
queen.
and then she goes, Dada, dance with me. and it appears that she might be somebody who, the beat eludes at times and who maybe struggles to find some rhythm a little bit because how we were dancing to that song was not fitting. But you know what? My baby likes some Bad Bunny, man. So, yeah, great performance. Thought there was some great storytelling, and yeah, game whack as hell. And we get our weekends back completely now that football season is over.
Dude, I know. Sad to see the season end, but I'm not sad that I get to sleep in on Sundays again now.
Not stoked that the Seahawks won another Super Bowl. So that's now two Super Bowls I've seen them win versus the Niners zero since I've been a official football fan. So good
Oh,
times.
don't worry. I was getting a lot of shit talked to me today too in the office. The NBA trade deadline was last Thursday, and there was a lot of moves. Was there anything that's going to shake up the picture, the playoff picture that happened?
Well, let me tell you, the Rockets didn't do jack turds. Sat there on their hands and just said, this is our squad. Sure, we need offensive firepower. Sure, we want to get over the hump supposedly. But then our GM comes out and says, maybe this just isn't our year. Bitch, we're barely halfway through. So, like, if it's not our year, there's still time to fix that. So, not the Rockets. Giannis didn't get traded, which that's just a whole thing in itself. But thank God I was paranoid for a while. He was going to get traded to the Warriors in my never-ending nightmare of them being relevant
Taking
and good
over, yeah.
was going to just continue to haunt me for forever. But yeah, there was a couple big moves. Cleveland got James Harden that could shift
I
there
saw that. I did see that. Yeah.
that could potentially like raise them up in the playoffs and give them a chance to win the East because the East is wide open. Timberwolves made a good move. It was like a role player move, but they made a move that might help them shoot up the standings a little bit in the Western Conference. So there's a handful of big moves. Some shitty teams got some good players, so hopefully that'll extend or what's the word I'm looking for? Like turn around their rebuilds quickly. Like the Jazz got Jaren Jackson Jr., the Wizards got Anthony Davis. So hopefully some of these teams, turning around quicker now that they made these moves. But some shocking ones, but not the one that everybody was waiting on. Not the big one, which is Giannis getting traded.
It sounds like the Rockets are pulling a Pittsburgh Steeler move and not doing shit to actually improve the team.
It's
And then
like
like the standard is the standard. Did Mike Tomlin switch to the NBA? Is he in fucking Houston
I'll tell you, man, it's like they got their hands tied a little bit just because of what like certain contract situations and injury situations. But it's like, dog, like you don't say that shit out loud. Even if you think it's not our year for real, you keep that inside. You don't say that outwardly. Like, I don't know. It was just a bad look. But, it is what it is. We'll see what happens. But I don't think there's too many drastic changes. Like I said, though, so some good moves by some teams not located in Houston. So that's really all I got with that. Um, Let me see what I got for you. J. Cole released a two-disc album, which I did not know about until you said something about it on Friday. Did you check it out? And if so, did you enjoy?
now? I did check it out. I don't think that I got through the whole thing.
Yeah, who
Uh,
did? That shit was like 8 hours long.
yeah, I was like, I don't know. My Apple Music had like fucked up. I think I hit like a button that like kept replaying like the first like 8 or 10 songs that I had listened to. And I was like, wait, I heard this already. I don't think that I've been through the whole like 20 songs yet. So I don't think that I listened to like the entire run of I think it's like 20 something songs. I can't remember, but
Too many.
man, I'm about to get some haters on my all right. We know J. Cole got bars. We know that. We know that you can give J. Cole any beat and he'll slide on it. Does that mean that J. Cole needs to take any beat and slide on it? Like some of the songs I don't listen to, and I'm like, what makes this song any different from the previous four songs that I listened to? Like the beats are just very it's very he's I mean and he's like a hip hop like guy. Like this is like a rap album. This is like a hip hop album. Like he is very much give me a chill ass beat and I'm gonna demolish it. Okay, cool. You do that to like every beat. So like I need I need beats. Like when you're listening to the what was the last Kendrick album? The name of it, I can't remember the name of it right now, but it had like
GNX.
The GNX album, TV off and squabble. Like these beats are going Luther, like these beats are going like the beats are what like we know Kendrick got bars. It's the beats that are gonna make you replay the shit 100 times. You know what I'm saying? So like for J. Cole, I'm like, some of the shit just gets sleepy where it's like, all right, bro, this beat is kind of whack. Like, I don't know, man. That's just how I felt about it. I mean, I saved probably like out of like the 10 or 12 songs I listened to, I probably saved like 4 or 5 songs. So it's like okay, but I'm just like, there's a lot of space in here that could have been filled up with like songs with better beats. I don't know.
Well, I'm here to provide what everybody wants, which is a white man's opinion on rap music. Um, I J. Cole is talented.
Yeah,
Everybody knows that. One of the best
yeah.
rappers in the world. Everybody knows that. I probably made it through like 6 songs. Some of that was by design, some of it wasn't. Just, I don't have a whole bunch of time to listen to music these days. And, a lot of times I'm choosing to listen to podcasts instead. I actually like what I heard. I feel like this album was my favorite stuff I've heard from him in a long time. I thought
Since
his
Forest Hills.
yeah, exactly. I felt like after that it was just a whole bunch of duds, in my humble opinion. I was very disappointed with his last album. I thought this one was really good, what I heard. And that's the thing about music. Music is like the most subjective thing in the world, I feel like.
Yeah,
You're talking about beats. Like, I don't like a lot of those Kendrick beats. Like, we were just talking about that. I tried to listen to that album again recently because I was like, maybe I just missed something. He's always nominated for all these awards. Maybe I'll listen again. I was just like, this doesn't really
that's
do it for
crazy,
me.
bro. That's crazy.
Like, and like you were talking
Maybe
about
you're more
Wall.
of a hip hop head then.
And you were talking about Wale recently too, and it's like I try to listen to that Wale album.
Mm,
Like everybody's like interpretation of what's good beats and stuff like that varies. Like, but I enjoyed this J. Cole more than I had in previous situations. I want to go through the whole thing. It's just like I was talking
it's
to my
a
buddies about. It.
commitment.
I was like, I don't know if hopefully this shit ain't whack. And I was like, strike one having this many songs because we've
Yeah.
talked about our attention spans. Mine is just much smaller the older I get. So like I prefer a 45-minute album over 2 disc 20 song album or
Yeah.
however many. It's just like a lot to
Yeah.
digest and a lot to get through.
Yeah.
Plus, because like by the time you get through it one time to actually determine if you like it or not, you have to listen
You
like two
gotta
or three
go.
times.
Yeah.
So
You gotta
so
get through an album like 2 or 3 times before you're like, oh, this is the one that I like. It's sticking, you know?
so I'll
Yeah.
give my formal review in 2027. It's how
Fair
long
enough.
it's gonna take. And I'll probably just forget and never listen to it again. 'Cause that's what happens a lot of times.
All right. The Winter Olympics are in full swing. Have you checked out any of the events? Are you going to? Do you have any bookmarked for paying attention to?
The Olympics is weird just because I feel like I've always been more of a summer Olympics person than a winter Olympics person just because of like basketball, track and field, like shit like that's interesting.
Yeah.
Soccer. I like bobsledding a little bit just because Cool Runnings. I don't know if I've ever watched it in real life, but that movie is fantastic. So I like the idea of bobsledding, especially Jamaican bobsledders if they ever matched up
Go
against
fucking
USA. You know who I'd be rooting for.
go
Um,
Jamaica!
we have a bobsled team. I don't know if you knew that.
Bumbleclad!
Yeah, exactly. So lucky eggs for everybody. That's a Cool Runnings reference if you don't understand. Yeah, I mean, hockey doesn't do it for me. I used to like a little speed skating back in the day. That boy Apollo Ono, that was like the American dream for a while. You said you didn't know who that was. That was probably like the 2002 Olympics. But the weird thing about the Olympics, they just happen in the middle of the day on a Monday or a Tuesday. So if you're holding down like a full-time job that you actually have to be out of the house for, you're
Yeah.
probably not catching any of the Olympics unless you're just watching some random events on a Saturday and Sunday. So maybe I'll put it on for some background noise. Maybe I'll check out some snowboarding if it's not already complete. I don't give a shit about hockey. A lot of other stuff. Curling is oddly satisfying to watch, so maybe I'll try to check some of that out. But I mean, it's it's the Olympics, but it's kind of like it's like the secondary show. It's like the turning
Yeah.
point halftime show of the Olympics.
Which is what you were watching yesterday.
It twas not. I didn't even know how to access that. Even though actually I did know how to access it because X kept giving me ads. I was like, "Who do you think this is for?" Like,
Bro.
I'm not gonna
And
watch it.
I hit not interested in this ad like 4 times and it kept showing up on my shit. I just went to the page and blocked it. Yeah, I blocked it.
Did
I
she?
blocked Turning Point USA on fucking X because I kept clicking not interested in this ad and it kept fucking sending it to me anyway.
I actually saw like the ad and I saw like the replies to it. And then I saw that Corinna put fire ass lineup, flame emoji, flame emoji, flame emoji on there. So I don't know. I know what you were watching.
Don't listen to him. He's not even on X.
Fire
Are
flame.
you are we done talking about the Olympics? Are we going to the last fucking thing?
Well, I know you have affinity for figure skating. Are you going to watch that at all? That's a winter. That's a winter Olympic, isn't it? That's a thing. No? All right. Well, fine. Blades of Glory. I'll continue. All right. Well, your president, and a person who enjoyed a similar halftime show to you, Trump posted a video on his Truth Social account that showed the heads of Michelle and Barack Obama on apes. He chose not to apologize because he said he only watched the beginning of the video and a staffer posted it for him. Are you surprised that he didn't apologize?
Of course, I'm not fucking surprised that he didn't apologize. I don't think that he's ever apologized for anything in his life, actually. It's namely something that he did on his own. He's never fucking apologized. No, fuck him. It's just, it's, I think that you commented earlier and we're just like, it's just like a new low every fucking day. Every fucking day with this guy. It's a new fucking low, bro. Inexcusable behavior. I feel like people who are supporting him at this point, it's like the lowest numbers possible. Like there's people who just can't even make excuses for him anymore that are just like, yeah, I don't know anymore. Like they don't have anything. They don't have anything anymore, you know?
I just It's hilarious to me. Like every time I think about it, the fact that this whack ass social media platform is all it's called Truth Social. Like you got to be the biggest nerd I've ever seen to have a Truth Social account. But it's ironic because everything he says on there is a goddamn lie.
Fucking lie.
So a couple of things. First of all, like dog, clearly a very racist video, and you're not just some random middle-aged aunt from the Midwest that can just post whatever you want on social media with no repercussions. Like you should watch what you post before you post it.
Right.
You're the president of the United States.
Right.
And even if you were telling the truth, which you're not, but even if you were telling the truth, social, about what actually happened, like, why are you reposting a video about voter fraud in 2026? Bitch, you won the most recent election, and that's like so far in the past. Why are we worried about the election that took place in 2020? And when you are now, what, almost a year and a half into, no, that's an exaggeration, but you're a good ways into your new presidency. We're living in the past. You're the president right now. Why do you care about why you didn't win the election however long ago? Like, give it a fucking rest, my guy. Give it a
He
rest.
he damn near openly admitted to rigging the one that he just won too. And he's like openly admitting, I'm not believing any of the results unless I win. What the fuck do you mean, bro? You have a 30% approval rating right now. And I know that you know that because people keep beating you over the head with that fucking number. If you lose, you don't have anybody to blame but your fucking self, bro. And you're going to lose, by the way. He's currently working on rigging shit for the midterms. I am just not like not enough is being done to stop him. I don't the Dems aren't doing fucking shit. I don't know what's gonna happen, dude.
All I know is if there's some way, like for somebody to get their third presidency, it'd be under him because they just don't follow rules anymore. So they'd be
Yeah.
like, you know what? Never mind. I'm just not gonna leave. And they'd be like, all right, cool. Well, I guess you got.
Who's gonna stop him? Who's gonna fucking stop? There is nobody stopping him from not doing what he fucking wants. There's nobody stopping him anymore.
The craziest part is like with this thing though, like this is the last thing, and then we'll get out of here. Is like you didn't even have to like you could have like used the excuse of a staffer posting it, but still apologize. Like you're just like, oh,
Right.
I didn't make an error. It was a racist video regardless off your
Your
page. So
account.
even if it wasn't your fault, just say you're sorry it got posted. Like the fact you're doubling, quadrupling down and saying that you personally did not make a mistake. Yes, you did in fact make a mistake if you did not watch the whole video that was posted on your account and you liked the first part talking about voter fraud. Get a goddamn life, bro. There's like a whole bunch of shit you could be fixing with this country when you're watching racist videos and AI generated shit about something that happened 6 years ago, dog. No, I promise you nobody cares. And I lied. People do care, but it's dummies that are your primary fan base. But God damn it. Sometimes I wish that you would have won that election so we'd be done with you by now. But
Damn, you know what? You might have a point. If he would have won in 2020, he wouldn't be here now.
yeah. But who knows? No, woulda, coulda, shouldas. But That wraps up LLPNN for February 9th. I'm Joey. She's Corinne. Good night.